contacted them and hoped that maybe he might want to help us, and he was all in. And he's all in again today, so we couldn't be happier. Rick is a real patriot. He stands up for what he believes in, and his words could not ring truer. So it's my honor to introduce Edmonds' own, and perhaps the next President of the United States. Here's Steve!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, good. I haven't seen a crowd like this for 2 weeks. Let's hear it again for Laurel and her team, and Maggie, Diane, and Casey. Thank you. All right. The sun is coming out on this day before Easter on democracy. Isn't that a beautiful thing? So we are one of countless gatherings like this around this great country of ours. Think about it. We are protesting in unison right now, and we are not America bashing. This is what I consider America loving. And I want to make it very clear, we're not gathering as Democrats and Republicans. There's a very good, healthy time to gather as Democrats or Republicans, but right now, this is unprecedented in our lifetimes. We are gathering for something much more fundamental than our partisan interests. We're gathering as Americans and as patriots, right? Democracy is on the line. Now, dictators have a thing called bonsai democracy. Have you heard of that? Bonsai democracy is cute. It's trimmed back. You put it on your windowsill so other countries can look at it and go, oh yeah, that's a little democracy there. We are not going to put up with a trimmed down bonsai democracy. We are the birthplace of democracy, and we're going to flower democracy. As a matter of principle, we're not going to put up with sham democracy. That's why we're here. Now, we have a president who is a wannabe dictator. He's a wannabe dictator. And any dictator, if you ever have this aspiration, there are playbooks for you to read. They all have a playbook, and it's a lot of repeated stuff. One thing integral to our president's playbook is Project 2025. If you read it, it is frighteningly parallel to other very evil characters in history's playbooks. And as a student of history, and as a traveler, and as a longtime advocate of democracy who recognizes the fragility of democracy, it's pretty clear when you see this dictator's recipe for derailing democracy. Mussolini had it, Hitler had it, Putin has it, Orban has it, and Erdogan has it, and Donald Trump admires each of these people. Can you believe our president admires these people? He just had the dictator, the coolest dictator on the planet, in his office, in the Oval Office, celebrating this guy. I was just in Turkey 2 weeks ago, and there are 1 million people on the streets day after day in Turkey because they're fighting the same struggle we are. They've got a strong man who is taking advantage of their society and disassembling it, frankly. And he is a buddy of our president. They have the same playbook. So I just want to review a few of the elements of a dictator's checklist, and maybe you can help me with this inventory, and we'll go check after each of these. A dictator wants to discredit the truth. Hitler told lies. He told big, bold, repeated lies. Hitler had fair and balanced media sources. Hitler created alternative facts. Think of these things. No, I'll let you know when there's a check. Simple solutions to complex problems. There you go. Check. Trump said he was going to end inflation on day one. Simple. Anybody can do it. Why didn't the other guys do it? Trump says he's going to end the war on day one. Anybody can do that. Elect me and I'll do it. Trump's got these big, beautiful tariffs that are going to fix everything. Why has nobody ever done that in the last 130 years? Well, because they don't understand that complicated problems cannot be fixed by bumper sticker solutions. Intimidate journalists, shut down the serious press. NPR, New York Times, why are they in the crosshairs of our president right now? What is so threatening about quality journalism? Silence universities. Look what's going on right now with Harvard. Thank God Harvard had the courage to stand up. Have you noticed? When one university stands up, others do too. When one law firm stands up, others do too. When one legislator, when one senator, when one local representative stands up, if they say it's dangerous to stand up and talk, as people tell me after I give a talk all over this country, thank you for saying that that was courageous. Well, if that is courageous, what does that mean? We've all got to stand up. When we stand up, it's not courageous. It's freedom. A dictator wants to own the judges. In Turkey right now, my Turkish friends tell me our judges have to say yes or resign to their dictator. We're not there quite yet. Our judges are holding on, but they need our support. A dictator needs to win the support of his oligarchs. Putin is great at this, isn't he? Yeah. Who has a VIP membership to Mar-a-Lago? Every oligarch. That's what we have to be mindful of. A dictator wants to create a class of scapegoats. Yeah. Hitler did it famously with the Jews. What's Trump got? Immigrants. All those drug-dealing, raping, murderous immigrants. He's got the gall to call our immigrant community rapists and drug dealers and whatever else I said. A dictator needs paramilitary organizations. Every dictator needs a gang of thugs wearing masks and no uniforms. Mussolini's thugs literally kicked and beat their way into power. Read about it. Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. What's going on in our country? We've got a dictatorship that's rising up. A dictator is into retribution. Lock up your political enemies. Hitler's first inmates of those concentration camps were not Jews. They were the Mitt Romneys and the Liz Cheneys and the Adam Kinzingers, the courageous, dedicated to their people's rights politicians of 1930s Germany. They spent 12 years in the concentration camp. Hitler kept them in solitary confinement in most cases, and then killed all of those that survived in the last months before that war was over. There's a dictator for you. There's a dickish dictator for you. And we've got a president who's buddy with Erdogan. What did Erdogan do last month? He arrested the mayor of Istanbul. Why? Because that was the only viable opposition he had politically in his country. And what's Trump do right now? Cozying up with a dictator in El Salvador so he can use that wonderful prison. A dictator needs a handy prison for disappearing their enemies. Hitler certainly had them. El Salvador's got them. And Trump just asked the dictator of El Salvador to build 5 more. You know, he acts like he's just joking and just kidding around. Read his jokes from 5 years ago. They're our reality today. Dictators are on the rise in this world, and that's because the most powerful man in this world, our president, is emboldening them. He is making it right to be a dictator. From Moscow to El Salvador, autocrats are thankful for our president. Check out who's going into our White House lately. It's amazing. Now, autocrats lie, and they hope a dumbed-down, overwhelmed, confused electorate will believe those lies. We won't touch your Medicare. Truth or lie? Lie. We won't touch your Social Security. Truth or lie? Lie. I didn't know anything about Project 2025. Truth or lie? What is this Doge business? We got Elon Musk with a chainsaw. Why? To chase down fraud and waste and abuse. Raise your hand if you're in favor of fraud, waste, and abuse. Of course not. Fraud and waste and abuse happens in an imperfect union. Democracy, as Churchill reminded us, is the worst system except for all the others. You show me a better example than American democracy when it's working properly without this disinformation that's raging around our society right now. Doge is all about getting a balanced budget. So what are they doing? They're cutting Head Start. They're cutting the Consumer Protection Bureau. They're cutting USAID. They're cutting PBS. Now, as a skeptical citizen of a country that's tired of getting jerked around, when I look at each of these things, Head Start, Consumer Protection, USAID, and PBS, why on earth would you cut those things if you're a good citizen? I can understand why you would cut those things if you're not in favor of our freedoms. The real agenda of Doge, the real agenda of Trump, to cripple the IRS. Why? So wealthy people can cheat on their taxes. Working people don't have the opportunity to cheat on their taxes. It's all about opening it up for our elites to not pay their fair share. Trump and Doge, they want to bake in the tax cuts for the rich. They want to make fewer and fewer regulations for corporations. That's what they're all about. Somehow Trump got the working class to vote for him, but where are his priorities? His priorities are with his rich buddies. Trump and Elon are saving billions of dollars in order to give away trillions of dollars to their cronies. Doge is a lie. The real goal, cripple government. Now, crippling government, minimizing government, getting government out of the way has been the agenda, I gotta say, of the Republican Party for a long time. If you are old enough to remember Steve Forbes, a leading candidate for the Republican nomination in 1996, his slogan was, we're gonna shrink government so it's so small we can put it in a bathtub and then we're gonna drown it. And half of the country almost voted for that. We've got to be mindful that capitalism is a reality. I love capitalism. I'm good at it, but I know that capitalism needs a referee. If you don't have a referee, what's going to happen? You got your oligarchs calling all the shots for us. What is the only possible referee? It's called government. Why do they want to get rid of government? Because they want capitalism run wild. I don't want that. Do you? No. Convenient chance to turn page. Little chant break here. Doge hell, Doge no, Elon Musk has got to go. Doge hell, Doge no, Elon Musk has got to go. Doge hell, Doge no, Elon Musk has got to go. Doge hell, Doge no, Elon Musk has got to go. Yes. What a great crowd. Oh, I love this. Yeah, stick those signs up for a minute. There you go. There you go. Oh, baby. That's a good photograph, I'll tell you. All right, now, you know, what's very interesting to me is how clever autocrats deceitfully frame things that are important to us. Until recently, I wondered, what do these right-wing think tanks do? Confuse the public. Don't be confused. Notice the talking points. Notice the coordination. What's an environmentalist going to be called going forward? Well, they've decided an environmentalist now is a climate extremist. There's an easy thing to condemn. Climate extremism, yeah. That's all we need. Press and media. Well, the founding fathers noted that good journalism is the fourth pillar of our democracy. Good, solid, keep the government honest journalism is vital to the fabric of our democracy. Right now, good journalism has been labeled legacy media. It's teed up and ready for destruction. And when we don't have legacy media, what kind of media do we have? Social media. I'll tell you that the founding fathers would never call social media the fourth pillar. Institutions. What does MAGA call institutions? The deep state. Now, any not very clued in neighbor, if somebody says, what do you think about the deep state? Well, they'll say they should get rid of it. It's terrible. Deep state is what our government and our society is made of. It is our institutions, and they are targeted. Our president is drunk on power, and that is an insatiable appetite, and the only hurdles between him and even more power are the institutions. One by one, he needs to take them down. Fascists, they discredit institutions, and then they kill them. When they shut down the scientist, when they shut down the professor, when they quiet the principal judge, when they quiet the doctor, when the military leader who is loyal to the Constitution and not the dictator is replaced, when public servants from school counselors to national park rangers to those who care about our environment are shut down, that makes our society weaker. And that's what's going on right now. Trump has a calculated agenda, and it's to shut down the vital underpinnings of our society so he and his buddies can have their way with us. What motivates these people who are so filthy rich they can't be any richer? It is mindless greed. And I'll tell you, I've done a lot of thinking about this in my travels, and I've found that even if you're motivated only by greed, if you know what's good for you, you don't want to be filthy rich in a desperately poor world. It's not a nice place to raise your kids. So what are they doing, and what's taking our country so long to wake up and shake the rafters? The United States does not just happen. It is deep state. It is institutions that make us such an admirable country that inspires other countries from sea to sea. The government services, staffed by caring, mission-driven experts, properly funded, that's what's being fired, that's what's being kicked out of their livelihoods, and those are the people, those are the heroes, I think, that make our society great. Now, let me talk for a moment about public wealth, because I'm really into public wealth. The wealthiest way we can be wealthy, whether we're individually wealthy or just regular everyday Americans, is to have good public wealth. That, to me, is what makes America great. And maybe the single most targeted thing about Project 2025 is to get rid of public wealth. A greedy billionaire with an insatiable appetite for more wealth, he is so frustrated by public wealth because he or she cannot get their fingers on it. It's the people's. Parkland, why not sell it and develop it? Your retirement accounts, why not get people conned into some sort of scheme so they can lose their retirement? Education, national medicine. Why is Trump targeting this stuff? To make the rich richer. Now, if you can imagine the vision of the government, which has actually admitted they would like to see everything privatized. Privatize Medicaid, privatize Social Security, private prisons, toll roads, get rid of public media, get rid of public roads, toll roads, it's great for the rich. Social Security is not a Ponzi scheme. Social Security is financial security for our golden days, for everybody. So please think about public wealth and recognize a community thrives when there is public wealth. Our founding fathers, back in the 1700s, they were once the darlings of the Republican Party. It almost got annoying to hear them always worshiping the founding fathers. Do you remember that? A couple decades ago. They're totally forgotten now. They don't mention the founding fathers because, of course, they're diametrically opposed to everything the founding fathers were about. Those same Republicans. Our founding fathers anticipated MAGA, and they wrote into our Constitution a defense. Checks and balances, not a rubber stamp Congress. A legislative branch with the power of the purse. That's an intentional thing. The legislative branch has the power is a moral document created by our representatives designed to reflect our values in our society. That's the budget. It's not designed for a flood of executive orders from our dictator to defund things according to his hit list. Our founding fathers wanted the rule of law supported by respect for the courts, and now we have a president that can be losing a decision 9-1 in the Supreme Court about disappearing somebody, and he just ignores it. This is big trouble when this starts to happen. This is all structural. These points I just listed, Trump's team knows it. When they get rid of these, that's the support for the house of our democracy. You get rid of this foundation and it will fall right down. America is ours to lose. Across the nation today, we are raising our voices, we are recognizing this, and we are emboldening each other to speak up for that. But we have to do it in solidarity. Now, if you've lived decades and you know there's been all sorts of heartfelt causes that maybe weren't yours and they were talking solidarity. Well, we've been able to skate through this in our lifetimes, this democracy, this freedom. Unless you're a veteran, we have not really had to earn it. Right now, the ball is in our court, and right now we have to learn this whole concept about solidarity, because we cannot just target one thing that's important to us. It's not just the environment. It's not just Social Security. It's not just the rule of law or the mistreatments of any slice of our population. We gather because of all of these things in solidarity, and that is our only hope. Solidarity. Let's hear it. Solidarity. So if you're passionate about something, let it be more than your pet cause. Let it be more than climate. Let it be more than LGBTQ. Let it be more than education, more than freedom of the press. These are all important. These are all fundamental to our vision of what a democracy is. And we need to be passionate about all of these things, because without solidarity, we can lose it all. We've never even realized that we can lose it all. We don't know how rare our freedom is, and how rare our stability is, and how unprecedented our affluence is. We've got to earn it now. This is exciting. We can do that. We have to wake up, and we need to wake up now. We have the power, but we cannot exercise it sitting on the couch. I generally go to a talk like this wearing my blue shirt, but as you know, 2 weeks ago and today I decided to wear my purple shirt. Purple is blue and red mixed together, if I understand it correctly, right? This is a purple cause that we're in right now. Again, we're not marching as Democrats or Republicans, we're marching as Americans. And our cry in unison is, hands off our democracy. Let me hear it. Hands off our democracy. Just like Greenland, our democracy is not for sale. Our civil liberties, our freedoms, our American ideals are not for sale. Trump's got them on the sales block right now. But our president only sees things as transactions, and there's got to be a winner and a loser. I've built my world by trying to have winners and winners, and I think you have too. That's a good program. Right. So today, God willing, we are emboldening our citizenry. Remember, we are one of hundreds and hundreds of such gatherings. And hopefully we are also emboldening our legislators to be brave. A few are starting to be brave. But if they are truly Americans, if they are truly representing us in this representational democracy, it's high time they grew a little bit of a red, white, and blue spine. 2025 is not a bad dream. Project 2025 is not just a possibility, it is real. And we're going to watch it coming together, and they're counting on us to be divided and frustrated and distracted. It is the blueprint for the end of our democracy. To say this 3 or 4 years ago, you would have thought you've just gone wacky, but we are here now. We are here now, and we recognize it. Our very democracy is at the mercy of a billionaire with a mean-spirited, presidential-endorsed chainsaw. The White House is draped in golden bling. That is not a metaphor for a servant of the people. That is the metaphor for a king. It should be insulting to see that. The Trump administration is waging war on America from within. They are killing the heart and soul of this country. We are not a lunatic far-left fringe to recognize that. We are citizens, caring American citizens. We're waking up, we are mobilizing, and we are celebrating a government by, for, and of the people. That's our vision. As promised by our Constitution. Thank you very much.